We are heritage!
We are heritage!
We are heritage!
We are heritage!
Again, we welcome you back to the Brewstein Invitational at the Rail Yard Games. We're getting ready for our second game here this evening that will feature the visitors on the scoreboard, the Springdale Bulldogs. They will be taking on the Farmington Cardinals. Teams are out and ready to go. We'll announce the starting lineups as we go. Here's for Springdale. Leading off will be the center fielder, number 4, Izzy Peters. Batting second, playing second, number 23, Raquel Delatorre. Batting third and catching, number 22, Hadley James. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 13, Josie Samarin. Batting fifth and pitching, number 11, Kinley Whitcomb. Batting sixth is the DP, number 16, Clarissa Cerna. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 19, Mosui Edgar. Batting eighth in left field, number 9, Bella Enkin. Batting ninth in right field, number 5, Wayna Lokajak. And at third base, number 14, Sienna Henderson. For Farmington, the leadoff batter will be the shortstop, number 3, Morgan Ewer. Batting second, playing second, number 12, Emma Gore. Batting third, the first baseman, number 22, Mallory Sills. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 5, Chloe Thomas. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 6, Tatum Rykoff. Batting sixth in center field, number 20, Destiny Martinez. Batting seventh in left field, number 23, Kale Jones. Batting eighth, the DP, number 15, Briley Zinn. Batting ninth in right field, number 13, Olivia Depew. And in the circle and pitching, number 26, Morgan Reeves. Leading off for Springdale is the center fielder, Izzy Peters. Well, that was awkward. Everybody's ready to go. I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's play some ball. We lined up. Morgan Reeves starts shockingly with a screwball on the inside part of the plate, fouled away for strike one.
Not have predicted that.
And we
one.
say that sarcastically because she lived there yesterday in a great pitching performance against the War Eagles. We talked about it in the first game. If you watched the first game as well, that one right down the middle and up a little bit. Center fielder Peters is leadoff hitter. Second baseman Delatorre is on deck for the Springdale Bulldogs. Farmington, a little back-to-back doubleheader right here. Set up outside. Went down the middle. 0-2 the count on the leadoff hitter. up and in. Boy, a good spot to waste a pitch right there, Sid. You can do. They don't go away a lot, but if you ever were to go away now, a little change up away or a little curve ball away on the outside edge, you'd have the hitter set up for it in terms of changing that eye angle. But they're going to go right back inside with a change up. Fouled away, 1-2 the count. Peters staying alive. All of a sudden, it feels like I know these Farmington Cardinal girls pretty well. We've seen them 3 times in 24 hours. Reeves, a sophomore. They actually set up on the outside edge, and she missed off the... I think that's just where Morgan throws.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just like her natural movement is right on that inside edge, even with the catcher Thomas set up off the outside edge there for that 1-2 pitch. 2-2 the count. Off the fist towards third. Off the glove of Rykoff. They can't make the play. Slow roller. On board is Izzy Peters. Next batter is the second baseman, Raquel Delatorre. Speed aboard. A good long look at the wristband there. That would never mean anything, Sydney,
No.
but I would just say be alert. Expect it.
Mallory's playing a little bit from the bag here. And it's
Swings
fine.
through one up in the zone. 0-1 the count. Gorgeous night at the ball yard tonight. If you're just joining us, an unusual wind here at Heritage. The wind is blowing straight out to center field. Shows bunt. Runner on the move. Throw down to second. Safe is the call. After a moment of deliberation, safe is the call. Stolen base for Izzy Peters.
Destiny appears to disagree with that one in center field.
Des would never. I thought the ball beat her as well, but
Yeah.
we aren't able to see the tag as well from here. 1-1 the count. That effectively took the bunt off. Delatorre swings through one up in the zone. It was a good throw down from the catcher, Chloe Thomas, after Delatorre bunted through it, or showed bunt and pulled it back anyway. 1-2 now the count. Ball in the dirt. They're going to check her. They say she went. That's going to be a strikeout. And the first out of the inning. Now batting the catcher, Hadley James. Brings in Hadley James. Runner still on second. Safe to say that call was unpopular with the visitors' dugout.
Yes.
Down and in for a ball. If you don't mind.
Yep.
Your bare chicken bone staring at me. There's another one off the fist towards the shortstop. Ewer up across the diamond. 2 are gone. Runner advances to third. And Sydney will talk about it in a second after I announce a hitter here. The batter's the first baseman, Josie Samarin. We saw it a lot last night, that ball right there off the fist. I think even Sydney Gaffney rolled over a couple towards the
Twice,
left side.
Yep.
Reeves lives on that inner half. And it's just tough to get those hands in and keep the ball fair. There it is again, rolled over to third. 2 hopper across the diamond goes Rykoff, and the inning is over. So a runner aboard, but a runner stranded. We've played a half an inning. Bulldogs nothing. Cardinals coming up. It off for the Cardinals, the shortstop, Morgan Ewer. We go to the bottom of the first, Sydney. Familiar lineup for the Cardinals. They've really only changed one spot in the order, the DP position, in terms of batting lineup anyway. So it's Morgan Ewer, Emma Gore, Mallory Sills. That's the way they're going to start it here against the right-hander, Kinley Whitcomb. That one floats outside, 2-0 the count. Interesting to see the way people are having to line up rotation. You know, when we get in conference play, basically the number one can throw every game.
Yes.
You play on Tuesday and Thursday, your number one can pitch all 7 of them, 8 of them if you need them or whatever. You may not even see some of these other ones. Oh, ripped down the third baseline, off the glove and into the corner around second, and putting on the brakes there is Ewer. Hit hard.
It's a really hard ball.
Lead off double
this time of day
for Morgan Ewer.
for that left side.
Next batter's the second baseman, Emma Gore. Yeah, we talk about it. Why don't you talk about it? Because you have to deal with the sun this time of day.
We refer to it as Blindville, population of 3. The sun is just impossible once it gets around this time, especially for third base starts to get a little bit of shade, but we do shortstop and left field does not. So.
You know, and she may actually be playing in to get, because there's a time when your head's in the sun and the rest of you's in the shade, and she may be creeped in, and that ball right at her head off the bat of Morgan Ewer. That one grounded foul. But we talk about it in the broadcast frequently, because at any given time, like, you're normally in sunglasses, but like the Ewer last night literally had her glove over her face, trying to shield her. And I mentioned to Coach Tinsley, you can't catch a ball that way. Yeah. you have to use your glove in other ways. So it's certainly challenging.
Against Bentonville, I had on a visor, sunglasses, and my glove covering the sun because I really just could not see what was going on.
Grounded to short. On to third. That is an obstruction call. Runner's going to be safe. On at first is Emma Gore. The Springdale stands are actually confused. The obstruction call is the straight left hand out there that's a fist, and it looks kind of like an out. Head coach Trudy Spencer is going to come out and ask about it. I'll be honest with you, Sid, I do not like the way that obstruction rule has been kind of modified. Yeah. To me, it almost needs to be a deliberate act of blocking. Like, she's trying to make a play. She's running back to the base there.
For sure.
And is she technically blocking the path? She may be, but that's a lot to ask out of a kid. Yeah. So, by the way, find the bag while you're running that direction. Next batter is the first baseman, Mallory Sills. And then you make a play. Change up outside, runner goes. They just throw back to pitcher. Defensive indifference will be the call. Emma Gore goes to second. Saw it in an Arkansas game last weekend, or the weekend before.
It's a 30-minute.
At second base.
Argument. Oh, that's a different one.
That was a different argument, that was a different argument. That was an umpire basically calling dead ball in the middle of a play because he thought it hit the runner. And it took 30 minutes to figure out how to execute it. And that was actually fascinating. I don't know if I'm going to do the story justice. Ball was bunted. Runner takes off to first. He thought it hits her, so he yells dead ball. Comes out of there was runners on second and third. Yep. There's a walk to Mallory Sills. After I announce this, I'll kind of complete the story a little bit. Next batter is the catcher, Chloe Thomas. What complicates it is the instant replay, because instant replay clearly showed she did not get hit. So now what do you do? Because he's basically called dead ball. Yep. And so they actually gave Arkansas first base on the play, and she was thrown out by 2.5 steps. Oh. And it took, Florida actually filed a protest. Not only did it go to the umpires standing there with a rule book, to the next step they called Birmingham, which is where the replay facility is. They got somebody in the NCAA offices to say this is the way it's got to be executed. There's a strike, a changeup, and a good one.
30 minutes.
It took 30 minutes, and it actually totally wins against Florida, and it wound up working against us because they get out of it, and it fired Florida up. Yeah. Like, they were mad. No. The bases are full here. You can see Springdale coming in here in the first inning. Good pitch over the outside edge. 2 strikes now on the catcher, Chloe Thomas. Interesting to see the Bulldogs all the way in here in the first. Expecting runs to be at a premium. Looped to second, catches there onto first. That's a double play, looping liner. Absolutely the right call to bring the infield in. If she's playing back, it's on the ground and a run's going to score. Now second and third and 2 away. Next batter is the third baseman, Tatum Rykoff. Similar play to what we saw yesterday with the line drive at third, actually leading the third baseman towards the bag. The second baseman was being led towards first. It was an easy flip and a double play. And a chance now to get out of the inning. Third baseman, freshman Tatum Rykoff, stands in with 2 runners aboard. Strike over the outside edge. Likes the ball down around the knees on the outside edge.
Double check my work.
That one drilled into left center field. It's going to get down. 2 runs are going to score. Rounding first, but advancing as the throw gets by the cutoff runner. Advancing is Rykoff. Big 2-out hit for Rykoff. That's a single and 2 RBIs. Cardinals on top early, 2-0. Next batter is the center fielder, Destiny Martinez. Brings up Destiny Martinez. Mentioned Destiny was part of our Epic team this summer. Sydney's teammate.
Yep.
Summer seems like a while ago now.
Yeah.
Good player. Center fielder, mentioned in the prior broadcast, but if you're just joining us, really toolsy. Good speed, good arm strength. Kind of a slapper, but can do multiple things in the box. Shows bunt, pulls it back, 1-1 the count. And has a set of parents that will do all the things. She's at all the camps. She will find a way on a college baseball field or a softball field without a problem. Chase that one a little bit off the outside edge. It's 1-2. Interesting here, Sydney, to see the velocity change that Farmington's dealing with from the Sierra Dots in the game before, one of the harder throwers in the area. Changeup was down. Check swing for Martinez. Safe is the call. Really loud across the way. You can go check it out.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Our baseball team is playing Bentonville West across the way. Sydney put down the headset. She'll go check that out, see what's going on. That one low and away. Runner on the move with the ball in the dirt, picked up. Safe is the call. Rykoff is on now at third with 2 down. Martinez has worked the count to 2-2. Chased it outside, down to first, quickly down to first is Destiny, but the out is called. That's going to end the inning, but 2 runs across for Farmington. 1 is stranded. We've played 1. Farmington 2. Bulldogs nothing. Search War Eagle TV. We will be broadcasting each and every one of them. That's 2 more tomorrow, 3 on Saturday, right here, the Bruce Dean Invitational. Leading it off for Springdale is the pitcher, Kinley Whitcomb. The pitcher, Kinley Whitcomb, leads it off. The DP behind her, Carissa Cerna. Mosui Edgar in the hole. They're the ones scheduled to bat against the sophomore Morgan Reeves from Farmington. Been spotted, 2-run lead. Screwball, inside corner, fouled away. I could just say that over and over. We'll get it on a loop. That one got her too far inside. They could give her a courtesy runner if they wanted to be nice, but it looks like they're not going to. Next batter is number 16, Clarissa Cerna. I find that funny. Not only is she a pitcher, could get a courtesy run, she just got hit in the thigh and she's going to run. So obviously one of the better athletes they've got. Shows bunt, swings through it, on to second, goes the pitcher Whitcomb. She's just fine, thank you, running just fine. 1 strike is the count on the batter, Cerna. That one off the inside edge. This is the last game for Farmington in this tournament. Had to do a little bit of a schedule change. I think they had to move around a game because of weather. So they'll be playing tomorrow in a conference game. Up and in. No opportunity to catch up to that one. Up around the shoulders on the inside half. 1-2 the count. But we've got plenty of softball to go.
Yep.
Down and in, 2-2 the count. More noises across the way.
Waiting for
Looks
Game
like
Changer to catch up.
young Jacob Ham was in the box and waiting for Game Changer to update so we know what's going on. That might have been a squeeze. It's a single to pitcher. 2-2 the count on the batter here. Realize there might be some of you in Springdale and Farmington that really don't care what's going on in the Bentonville Western Heritage baseball game. 2-2 the count on the hitter. Nobody out. Good hard fastball right down the middle. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. 1 down in the inning. Next batter is the shortstop, Mosui Edgar. Ball in. The lower part of the strike zone is open in this one. There have been some knees-ish in below. Edgar looked it back at him and like that and just like, you know, good luck right there if you got to hit that one all day. Good hard fastball through the plate right there. Edgar swings through it. 0-2 the count. Reeves is not a big girl. We mentioned she's a sophomore. She's long.
Yep.
Generates a lot of velocity with her delivery. Hits the outside corner there. High, perhaps. One and 2 the count. Off the fist towards second. On to first. And McGore to Mallory Sills. Edgar is retired. 2 are gone. The runner Whitcomb moves over to third. She'll be there with 2 outs. Now batting, number 9, Bella Ankin. Ball high. Good velocity on that riser when it comes in. 1-0 the count. Wayna Lokajak waits on deck. Swings through that one up and in. Sydney, what's the way to hit a riser?
Don't swing at it.
That's the only way. It's not the only way. There's a possibility, but that ball, you could swing it 100 times and you maybe make good contact on it twice. Swing and a miss on that one on the inner half. Screwball inner half right there. 1-2 the count. And you see Reeves going with confidence right here. You can just see from a body language standpoint, just kind of getting it and going. Feels pretty good about the way she's spinning it right now. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Runner's going to be stranded at third. We've played 1.5. Bulldogs nothing. Cardinals 2. Is Josie Samarin. The pitcher Whitcomb just slides over from pitcher to first. That's a pretty easy substitution.
Yep.
You only got just 1-for-1 right there. Samarin, we talked about after our Springdale game, Sydney, we've seen a lot of Josie Samarin. There's a curveball over the outside edge. Ball 1 already gives a shrug to the umpire on pitch 1. And I think his strike zone is actually just lower. Like, I think it's like you just have to literally move everything down. She threw the ball as well against us as I've ever seen her pitch.
Yes.
And I've probably seen her pitch 10 games. Had good velocity. There's that breaking ball again on the outside edge.
Catcher really wanted that one.
They both wanted both of those. 2-0 the count. And you see Josie that's got good curveball movement. Probably got about 6 inches of movement on that. 2-0 the count. That one's right down the middle. 2-1. Jones, the batter, was the pitcher in the first games. Threw them all against Harbor. She's in left field now, which is where she was last night against our War Eagles. Another curveball right there, fouled off in the netting. I'm going to call it a curveball because it's got good movement. That just may be the way the ball comes out of her hand. I don't know. Because everything seems to go that way. 100 years ago, that's kind of how I pitched. Everything I threw went that way. Wasn't even on purpose. Change up, grounded into the hole, goes by the shortstop Edgar and into left field for a base hit. Good job staying back, and a leadoff single for Cale Jones. Now batting number 15, Briley Zinn. Leadoff hitter aboard for Briley Zinn. We've mentioned this is the only spot in the lineup there's a change. They've had a different DP in every game. This is the first time we've seen Briley Zinn. She stands in. First one is high, curveball, ball 1. The batting order, I shouldn't say the lineup has been the same because a couple of people have moved around. Obviously, Jones and Reeves have switched spots in left field and in the circle. But the batting lineup has stayed the same, with the exception of that. Curveball tails off the outside edge. 2-0. They want to swing. Springdale wanted a swing. They checked it. They said no go for Briley's in. She stands back in 2-0. And that curveball movement right there, Sid, just taking it a little bit off the plate. Swing through that one. That one got more plate with a little up in the zone. 2-1 the count. I think Josie, when she faced us, was throwing with more velocity than I've ever seen her throw with, too. Looked really good. I told her so after the game, and I'm sure she has no idea who I am. And there you see a curveball down in the zone. Like, he really likes that ball. Mental note.
Yep.
The ball at the knees is open. 2-2 now the count. There it is again. Swing and a miss. If you're a baseball fan, not a softball fan, that's got that good kind of slider action, down and away movement to it. Next batter is the right fielder, Olivia Depew. And if you dot that corner like that, it's tough to deal with, especially with 2 strikes. Runner on first is still Cale Jones. 9th place hitter is Depew. That one may be riser. Maybe the same pitch came out of the hand a little bit differently.
Yep.
Ball high. It's ball high,
up.
Sydney, is what it is. 1-0 the count. Change up. That one floats in and down. 2-0 the count. You can see the left fielder now shielding her face with the glove. There's a strike over the outside edge. Good curveball down towards the bottom of the zone. Kind of unique here. Not only is that be the where the umpire likes it, that's a really tough ball to handle too. Like if you can live down there, take advantage of that. There it is again, right there on the outside edge. 2-2 the count. Swings and miss through that one as well. Back-to-back strikeouts for Samarin. Runner still stranded at first. We're back at the top of the order. Next batter is the leadoff hitter, Morgan Ewer. Ewer, one of the only seniors. Mallory Sills also a senior, which I thought she was actually younger than us. I didn't.
I thought she was my age.
I thought so
know.
too. Curveball there, up and away. Final score from the 6A West, Bentonville West 5, Fayetteville 4. That's a good win for Bentonville West. And our friend and teammate Mabry Van Ness gets the win over there. Fayetteville can really swing the bat.
Yes.
Curveball down and away, that one a little bit off the plate. That has been the biggest shift in this conference is the Washington County teams, particularly Harbor,
And
Fayetteville, becoming real problems.
Yes.
Springdale's improved as well. But those 2 teams, curveball, low and away, but a strike. I made a comment to one of the Fayetteville parents that of a player we used to have. You used to be able to count on going down in Fayetteville and coming back with a win, and that's not the case anymore.
No?
They've gotten much better. That one inside. 3-1. Appears to be a bit of confusion here. I'm not sure exactly what the question is. I don't know if we're questioning the count. We show 3-1, 2 outs, runner on first. That ball sails wide, and it's ball 4. Runner Jones advances to second. First and second, 2 outs now. Now batting, number 12, Emma Gore. And Emma Gore stands in, the freshman second baseman. We talk about the youth that sprinkled all the way through this Farmington lineup. Reminds me of that War Eagle team from a couple years ago. We're
Yep.
all freshmen and sophomores. You guys are all juniors and seniors now.
Yep.
Had the opportunity to play a lot of softball.
Yes.
Timeout is called.
We appear to not be on the same page.
There evidently has been a sign missed or something.
Something has gone awry.
Because there was confusion before the walk to Ewer. And now he brings the runners over across the infield. You are allowed 1 timeout per inning. Just the timing is curious.
Yeah. You don't normally see your
And
third
as
base
I would
coach
say-
pull runners off the bases.
As I would say, be alert.
Yep.
Here.
Be
That's
ready.
abnormal. Be ready
Yeah.
for a lot of things right here. Shenanigans. 1-0 the count. That one lifted into right field is going to be taken on a hop. Throw goes into second. Around third to score is going to be Cale Jones. It obviously was an excellent motivational speech by Coach Shiree that led to the 2-out single by the freshman Emma Gore. Now batting first baseman Mallory Sills. And now you're in a situation where you might see shenanigans. First and third with 2 outs. Good speed on the bases, and Emma Gore.
Lots of power and
The only thing I would say is a lot of power in the
Yeah.
box, and you don't want to take that away either. And they took care of that for us. Wild pitch goes back to the screen on the way to second. Goes Gore. Second and third now. 2 outs. We're the power producer in this lineup, Mallory Sills. Off the outside edge, 2-0. Curveball right there. And there, I think Sydney, she kind of gave up on that kind of backdoor curveball. She
Yep.
saw it starting in. I think Mallory would like to have that one back. It turned out to be a really good
Maybe,
ball
yeah.
to hit. 2-1 to count. That one down. 3-1 to count. If it's the one she likes right here, expect a big swing from Mallory Sills.
About like
She
that.
took a big swing. Swing and a miss. 3-2. She actually kind of got quick pitch there. Didn't
Yeah.
get into the box in time. She's not holding up the hand to slow it down. You can see Samarin immediately taking a step back, and that's a strike right down the middle. Again, I think the timing of that threw that off. 2 runners are going to be stranded. One more across for Farmington. We've played 2. They lead it 3-0.
I was down in the middle of a railroad train. I looked round and knew there was nothing to take. My mind raced and I thought, what could I do? And I knew there was nowhere from you. Sound of drums beneath my heart. The thunder of guns tell me apart. I was down in the middle of a railroad.
Leading it off for the Bulldogs, right fielder Wayna Lokajak. Nine, 1-2 for the Bulldogs here in the top of the third. The sun right now has to be totally unbearable if you're on the left side of the infield.
Yes.
That ball outside. Screwball off the edge. That one off the edge into the right-handed batter's box. 2-0 the count. You can see the long shadows off of the fielders right now.
Yeah.
Destiny's shadow in center field goes about 30 feet out there. Swings through that one off the plate as well, but it's 2-1. Slaps it foul down the third base line. Count evens at 2-2. Right-hander Reeves pitched them all against Heritage last night in a pitcher's duel. They won 2-1. Freshman Cale Jones now in left field threw them all against Harbor today. It's been Reeves so far. Off the outside edge, 3-2 the count. Carly got hit.
No, that was in practice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she got hit in the foot, didn't she?
Yeah, she's got hit in both feet in the last two.
Chases one outside the zone there. That's going to be strike 3.
Apparently she...
Now we got a foul
it.
ball call, actually. Some confusion. She knew she fouled it off. Coaches were yelling at her to run. Farmington tagged her. She tipped it away. The count remains full. On Lokajak. Slaps that one foul towards the third base coach's box. Outside, that's ball 4. Good at bat by the 9-hole hitter Lokajak. She's aboard for the top of the order. Next batter is the leadoff hitter, Izzy Peters. I'm reaching that point where I've talked enough today. Grab a cough drop. She swings through it. Strike 1 is the call. Bunted, foul. Quickly 0-2 the count on leadoff batter Izzy Peters. Logajak's the runner at first. Defense for the Cardinals. Cale Jones is in left, Destiny Martinez in center, Olivia Depew in right. Around the infield is Rykoff at third, Morgan Ewer at short, Emma Gore at second, Mallory Sills at first. As we mentioned, Morgan Reeves gone the distance in the circle. Screwball off the inner edge. 1-2 the count.
1-2. I pressed wrong.
She throwing to the catcher, Chloe Thomas. Change up in. Have the runner off third. They throw behind her. She's back safely. 2-2 the count. Some noise from the Bulldog dugout over here, trying to be disruptive.
Yep.
Fouls that one back, stays alive, 2-2. It is a nice little crowd tonight for a non-heritage game.
Yeah, for sure.
Good to see people up here for the Brustein Invitational. Again, we'll be broadcasting all week. If you're in the office, put the YouTube on the TV. That one fouled back again. Good battle work in here from Izzy Peters. I guess you'd have to work nights for that to work, but or Saturday.
Or Saturday, yeah. If you work Saturday morning.
But if you need us, we'll be here. Fisted towards third. Rykoff on her way to second. Out is the call there. Good hustle by Loka Jack. They get the out on the fielder's choice. On at first is Izzy Peters. That ball was close.
Oh.
And we're going to have an argument. I don't know how we're going to argue this. I think she just got to say her piece of it. No appeal made.
At least ask for help.
Next batter is the second baseman, Raquel Delatorre. It was a close play at second.
Yes.
Springdale fans felt differently about the outcome. That one fisted over into the Farmington dugout by the second baseman and number 2 hole hitter Raquel Delatorre. Izzy Peters, the leadoff hitter and center fielder. She's on at first with good speed. The old ugly finder back towards the Farmington dugout again. I don't think it got anybody.
No.
0-2 the count. That is the one thing I think about this ballpark. You are awfully close when you're hanging over that
Yes.
railing over there to foul balls. And as we put netting more and more places at the college level and the major league level, I wouldn't mind seeing, I know you guys probably wouldn't like it, but we've had some people take some shots in those dugouts on line drives.
Yep.
And I said yesterday, I wish there wasn't a metal roof because every once in a while the foul balls scare me when they hit the metal roof.
They're very. It sounds much worse than it is.
Screwball over the inside corner. Strike 3, 2 are gone. Next batter is the catcher, Hadley James. And when I say that, we're talking about real first world problems because this is as good a ballpark as any high school has the opportunity to play in anywhere.
Yep.
And why we get to host events like this and you guys are listening to us. That one fisted towards first. Sills picks it up, steps on the bag. That's going to be the end of the inning. One runner is left. No runs, no hits. We've played 2.5. Farmington 3, Springdale nothing. Leading it off for Farmington is the catcher, Chloe Thomas. Chloe Thomas, Tatum Rykoff, and Destiny Martinez to get it going for Farmington here in the third against the right-hander Josie Samrin. She came in, started the second. Kinley Whitcomb started it. She moved over to first. First one is high and out. 1 ball the count on the batter, Thomas. At what point does the sun and the shadows become better, Sydney? Is it like when it's totally gone, or you got a little bit Like, is it better now? It looks like maybe they're not shielding their eyes as bad now even.
It's a little bit better, but that doesn't mean it's gone, you know?
That one lifted to center field. In comes Izzy Peters. She makes the call and the catch.
It's normally
Leadoff hitter gone.
This time of day is the worst. Like 7 o'clock is like bad.
Next batter's the third baseman, Tatum Rykoff.
But see, like shortstop's covering hers again.
Yeah.
About now is whenever third base gets better and everywhere else gets bad.
I mean, you can see the angles of the shadow. Actually, third base looks like it's almost right in line with it, like a straight line with it coming from the plate. Left fielder shielding her eyes with the glove out there as well. Good pitch over the outside edge right there. 1-1 the count. I have no idea what all that is. Fouled away right there. Just off the end of the bat. Again, that's that curveball off the outside edge. Good pitch from Samarin. Rykoff, all she could do just to get a piece of it and foul it back. On deck batter is Destiny Martinez. Foul tip into the glove. That's a strikeout. 2 are gone. Base is empty. Next batter is the center fielder, Destiny Martinez. In steps Des Martinez. Sophomore center fielder. Ground ball, one hopper right back to pitcher, on to first. Good 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. Farmington goes down in order. We've played 3. It remains 3-0. Leading it off for Springdale is the pitcher, Josie Samarin. Samarin, Whitcomb, and Clarissa Cerna to get us going here in the 4th for Springdale.
Vivian.
Change up inside, sends Samarin down to a knee. 1-1. She goes down again. You're going to check. You're going to say no on a swing on that one. 2-1 the count. What so far has been an uncomfortable at bat for Samarin. Again, in on her hands. And I think, Sydney, that kind of we talked about, that's one of the symptoms of when you see a girl that throws hard on an inside edge, because you guys just don't see it a lot.
Yeah.
Like most people live on that outside edge, or maybe come in once in a while to show it. Well, Reeves lives there.
Yes.
Like she's very comfortable there, and there they go again. Inside outs that one to right fielder, or to right field. The right fielder Depew makes the catch. Samarin is gone. First out of the inning. Now batting number 11, Kinley Whitcomb. Again, if you are joining us, we are running an hour 40 time limit. We believe we started around 6:10, so still plenty of time left in this one. That ball in off the plate. One and 0 the count. Fouled straight back. Good cut on that one by Whitcomb. 1-1. We will be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Our War Eagles will be taking on Gentry. Right after that, it's going to be Harbor against Houston Christian. Again, you can catch them all right here on YouTube. Or come on out if you just can't get enough softball. Looks like it's going to be nice again. One hop across the infield is Rykoff. First two are gone for Springdale here in the fourth. And two more balls right there, Sydney. Just people unable to get extended, hitting balls off the trademark or off the fist. I'm going to say this would require a substitution. And they're going to undo it. Now batting number 16, Clarissa Cerna. The flex was actually in the box. Sienna Henderson. Coach Spencer came down, changed her mind on it.
Yep.
Said no thank you. Up steps Clarissa Cerna. Swing and a miss. Nothing but zeros on the board for the Bulldogs. In the top line of the score, Cardinals have 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Swing and a miss. Screwball on that inside edge. Just hard and in a lot from the young right-hander Morgan Reeves. Right there again, swing and a miss. Just too much to handle in. Good velocity in and up. Bulldogs go down on order. We've played 3.5. Cardinals still lead it 3-0. Leading off for the Cardinals, left fielder Cale Jones. Cale Jones leads it off. It looks like Kaylee Burr has grabbed a bat to hit behind her. Kaylee was the DP in our game last night.
We appear to not have a home. Oh, there he is. Just saw Josie sit down.
Yeah, third baseman did too. For a second, I was like, is somebody hurt? But no, it was just the umpire over in the Bulldog dugout. I don't know what he's doing, getting a drink of water, a little bit of information. Either way, we're ready to go. Here's Samarin. Curveball off the outside edge. And I think that's a ball that, if is lower, I believe, gets his strike call. He's left that one alone, and that's been ball 1 multiple times. That one off the edge and low. 2-0 the count. Jones, the left fielder, again, she pitched the entire ball game against Harbor already. She's put in a good day's work already.
Yep.
And they're going to go at it again tomorrow. I forget what their game is, but they've got a conference game tomorrow. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. 4 games in 3 days. Feels very travel ballish.
Yes.
off the end of the bat. Second baseman goes over, makes a nice little catch. Raquel De La Torre with a nice play to record the first out of the inning. Now batting number 30, Kaylee Burr. And that may have been it. He may have pre-reported this substitution because Burr is in the spot for Briley Zinn here. He is not reporting her in now. If it was not done before, she will be in there illegally.
Yep.
Have another batter on deck too. That's Piper Gardenhire that's going to come in, hitting Olivia Pugh's spot, it looks like. 2-0 the count. Oh, final. War Eagles 5, West 3. That's a baseball score. Off the outside edge, 3-0. Several questionable looks in from the pitcher to the home plate umpire. Off the plate, that's ball 4. Leadoff hitter is aboard. Runner at first is number 1, Addison Harden. And now batting, number 29, Piper Gardenhire. So 2 substitutions here. We've seen Addison Harden, been kind of the primary courtesy runner, now in a pinch running role.
Yep.
In steps Gardenhire, who has also served in the DP role, one of the 3. We've seen them all in this game. There's a strike over the outside edge. 0-1 the count. That one goes back to the backstop, and he's even going to chase it down over towards the dugout. Runner Harden's going to advance to second. She's there with 1 out, in scoring position for Gardenhire. On deck is the top of the order and Morgan Ewer. Really great time of night right here. Wind has died down a little bit. Got a little golden hour action going on. Swing and a miss. Big swing right there by Gardenhire. Swings through it. Swing and a miss. The catcher, James, pump faked, and the ball got loose away from her, but no harm done, and went to the third baseman. Next batter is the leadoff hitter, Morgan Ewer. So at second base is Addison Harden now with 2 outs. Score remains just 3-0. Changeup floats up and away. 1 ball. The runner at second, Harden, has been doing the courtesy runner, one of, I believe, 3 seniors on this roster. Looped down the line and right, it's going to fall foul. Nobody was going to get to it for sure. But it falls harmlessly in foul territory. 1-1 the count. That one fouled back and out of play from Ewer. 1-2 the count. A lot of action happening on campus if you're just joining us. War Eagles just beat Bentonville West. Sure, that one was on War Eagle television as well. Good work by the crew here. Mr. Davenport and the entire team has done a good job improving all of this. That one down. Runner on the move. Harden. Play at third. They call her safe. They say underneath the tag. This will be the 3rd time Springdale has been unhappy with a call from a field umpire.
Come on, Blue!
And you maybe will hear from the stands some dissatisfaction. The ball certainly beat her. The tag was high.
Replay says
She looks
safe.
out.
Ball definitely beat
And they're
her.
going to be asking for help here. This is a situation where everybody's going to want an appeal. Umpires will almost never overrule one another on a judgment call in the field unless it's a missed tag situation or a missed base situation. So this won't take long, and safe is the call. And there's a reason for that. And of course, actually, the umpires more than anything want to get it right. But he's the one with the view. He's the one that's supposed to make the call. Yeah. Unless it's blatant and he says to his buddy, help me out. Yeah. You're not going to get much there. Down, 3-2 the count. Could be no harm done. They're one pitch away from getting out of the inning. But now Addison Harden is on at third. Dangerous hitter and leadoff hitter Ewer is up. On deck batter Emma Gore is next. That one ripped into left field. That one's down. Run would have scored anyway from second. Ewer round second. They're going to send her on the way to third. Relay on the way. She's not going to get her. It is a triple for the leadoff batter Ewer. A run is in. It is now 4-0 Cardinals. Significant call.
Yep. Appeared to be.
Good rip from Ewer. And another one down the third base line. That one's going to go to the wall. Around first on the way to second is Emma Gore. Emma Gore is a good-looking freshman second baseman. It's an RBI double. Timeout is going to be called. We're going to have a mound visit right here. Try and settle things down. And I think in particular, if you have a call at third that you disagree with, and we've already seen a few calls behind the plate that they disagree with, you can have a tendency to lose composure here. So I think this is just one of those,
hey,
settle down, we're good. Take a deep breath and just do what you do. Make yourself a good pitch right here. Get us out of the inning. Clean count, too. Now batting, number 22, Mallory Sills. So in steps Sills, also a dangerous hitter. Strike over the outside edge. It's amazing how many times those little coach visits turn into a good pitch. That one down. 1-1 the count. Runner on second is Emma Gore. On deck batters the catcher Chloe Thomas. Samarin shaking her head at the dugout. Don't know if she didn't like that pitch call. Didn't like where that pitch was called by the umpire. Another glare in, several glares into the home plate umpire. 2-1 the count. Down and away, 3-1 the count. If there was video of me that existed from when I was pitching, there would have been a lot of glares at home plate umpires. Not trying to be critical. Just means that she doesn't like the call. It was one that's on the edge that did not go her way. 3-1 the count here. And ball 4. Sills is going to walk. Going to bring the catcher Thomas up. Now 2 runners on and 2 outs. Next batter is the catcher Chloe Thomas. In steps Thomas. Good speed on at second and Emma Gore. Mallory Sills is on at first. 2 are out in the inning. Foul down the right side. Samarin on top of the count, 0-1. That one got the inside edge. That's that little front door curveball right there that starts off the plate and creeps in and catches the front edge of the plate or the edge of the plate on its way by. That's an easy one for a hitter to give up on. That's what happened right there by Thomas. Off the end of the bat towards second. Picked up Delatorre. Made a nice play. Gets the force out at second. No more harm done. A couple across. We've played 4. Farmington 5. Bulldogs nothing. Leading off the top of the 5th for Springdale, the shortstop, Mosui Edgar. Had to do a couple re-enters along the way after a couple pinch hitters, it looks like. So a little bookkeeping between the umpires and the coaches. Just a slight delay. And Edgar will be in here and ready to go. We start the 5th. Sun's starting to go down here at Heritage Sydney.
Yep.
Inside and low, ball 1 is the count on Mosui Edgar. With a name like Mosui, she's got to go to Arkansas, doesn't she?
Yeah, you have to. No other option.
Off the inside edge and down, 2-0 the count. And Reeves has gone the whole way. Nothing but zeros on the board for the Bulldogs. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Farmington. Two of them on the count. Right on the hands, fouled away. Count evens at 2.
Got some dinner for
Post-game
Farmington.
pizza coming from the Farmington Cardinals. Plenty of comments from the crowd on the way by. Swing and a miss. Ball gets by the catcher, Edgar. A late start. They got to throw her out at first, and they do. Leadoff hitter gone. Going to bring up a pinch hitter for Springdale. Long discussion on the pinch hitter. Now batting for Springdale, number 33, Samara Harris. So Samara Harris steps in for her first at bat of the day. 1 out here in the 5th. Swing and a miss on the ball inside. 0-1 the count. Right down the middle, good hard strike from Morgan Reeves. 0-2 the count to the pitch hitter, Harris. Grounded to first. Sills picks it up, steps on the bag. 2 are away. Now batting, number 5, Wayna Lokajak. Looped down the left field line and foul. 0-1 on the count. After Lokajak, it's the top of the order, and Izzy Peters, if she's able to get on. Okay on time. We believe we've been playing about an hour and 15 minutes. That one fouled away. 0-2 the count. Again, if you're just joining us, we have, I believe, an hour and 40 time limit here. So good chance we get all 7 of these in at the pace we're playing here. Jerry Davenport carrying 4 cameras up the stairs.
Not dangerous.
I don't know why he has all the cameras. He has all the cameras. Local legend Marley Brown joining us in the booth. And leaving as soon as I mention her name.
Yep.
1-2 the count on Lokajak. Has to chase that one outside the zone. Ball hit the dirt. They got to pick it up. They throw her out. Catcher to first. 3 up, 3 down for Springdale. We've played 5. Now Farmington 5. Springdale nothing. Leading off for Farmington, third baseman Tatum Rykoff. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Farmington. Tatum Rykoff, Destiny Martinez is on deck. Cale Jones due up here in the bottom half of the 5th. There's a strike, curveball, low strike over the outside edge. That's the way we get going here in the bottom of the 5th, Sydney.
There you are.
This is where you step in and say something brilliant.
Brilliance.
Just off the inside edge. Samrin wanted that call. Didn't quite get the edge of the plate, so says the umpire. I think the first one was a strike.
There you go.
You totally confused Tatum Rykoff, who stepped out of the box.
Whoops.
Hey, you did her good. She grounded into the hole. Give yourself some credit right there, Sydney. Made her step back out. Credit the base hit to Sydney on the scoreboard. Rykoff is aboard with a leadoff single. That's going to bring up center fielder Martinez. And we're going to flip pitchers back here. Returning to the circle for the Bulldogs, number 11, Kinley Whitcomb. And they will flip. Samron slides over to first. Whitcomb in the circle. Fans, thank you once again for joining us here at the Bruce Dean Invitational at the Rail Yard. We will be right back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Host School Heritage will take on Gentry. And then at 6:30, it'll be Harbor taking on Houston Christian. We're here again for 3 more starting at 9 o'clock on Saturday, Heritage Pea Ridge.
There it is.
Noise?
It was gone, now it's back.
Oh.
I was confused.
Now batting number 20, Destiny Martinez. In steps Martinez. Leadoff hitter is on. They went back to the starter, Whitcomb. Destiny shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1. Whitcomb through the first. Samron through innings 2, 3, and 4, and the leadoff batter here in the 5th. Two and 0 the count. Words of encouragement from the umpire from the Springdale faithful.
Wow.
Good. Ball outside and down. Rykoff reads it.
there.
Nobody there. Almost had a little wiffle ball action, almost trying to hit her. She moves on to third. Throw comes in, not in time. Good alert base running by Rykoff. That was almost one of those that they hit you the ball, you're out kind of thing. The whole wiffle ball, cup ball things we used to play. And now there's a runner on third. And nobody out for Destiny Martinez. 3-0 the count. She would never swing through this take sign, would she, Sydney?
No, never.
I hope she's not listening, Destiny, when you go back and listen to this. And ball 4 takes her base. First and third. Nobody out. Next batter is the left fielder, Cale Jones. Really good speed on the bases here. Would fully expect a play of some sort. Again, multiple things you can do here. You can squeeze, you can safety squeeze, you can run Destiny Martinez, which is what they do. They just throw it back to pitcher. Martinez gets second on defensive indifference. Now second and third, and nobody out. For the left fielder, freshman Cale Jones. That ball down in the turf. 1-1 the count. Back on deck is Kaylee Burr. Off the end of the bat to the third baseman, across. Ball not caught by the first baseman. Runner is going to score. Reaching at first on the air is Cale Jones. We're again at first and third and nobody out. And a brief meeting with Kaylee Burr. Now batting number 30, Kaylee Burr. Again, good speed on both bases here. Would expect something to be happening. So far, Springdale has conceded the steal. We'll see if they continue to play it that way, if Cale Jones takes off. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Again, they cut it just to the pitcher. I don't think Whitcomb was quite expecting that. Second and third and nobody out. Burr in the box. Runner on third is Destiny Martinez. Runner on second, Cale Jones. That ball, a strike on the outside edge. 1-1 the count. Kaylee Burr with a long, still stare after a call. That one looped into right field. It's sinking fast, and it's going to get down. Martinez is going to score. Jones is going to advance 60 feet to third base. We again sit first and third with nobody out. Pinch runner is going to be coming here. But it's not going to be Lily Ferguson. There is a protocol for pinch runners and re-entry along the way, and I think that's what Coach got into right there. Running at first is number 1, Addison Hardern. Your batter, number 13, Olivia Depew. So again, good speed on both corners.
Yep.
Shows bunt, pulls it back. Again, they throw to the pitcher. Hardin with reaches second on defensive indifference. Now second and third, nobody out once again for Olivia Depew. This would be like a Coach Bowen dream, having first and third and then second and third and first and third and second and third. He loves all these situations. Ball off the plate, 1-1 the count. Whitcomb asking where that one might have been. The zone's pretty well defined at this point.
Yeah.
You may not like the call, but it is what it is and has been relatively consistent. Little curveball, that one sails high. 2-1 the count. That one drilled down the line and left. Jones scores on to third is Hardin. It's a base hit from Olivia Depew, and here we are again at first and third and nobody out. Now they're going to say go because the ball gets away from the pitcher. On to second now goes Depew, second and third, and nobody out again. Now for the leadoff hitter, Morgan Ewer. Now batting the shortstop, Morgan Ewer. And now that run at second would end it.
Yep.
Big inning being put together here by Farmington. Whitcomb checks the sign. Ball 1. Just a lot of frustration set in right now. A lot of it directed at the umpires. That ball, I believe, is up. Anything above the waist, I believe, is being called up right now. So it's on the edge. 2-0 the count. Probably a better pitch than that one, which is called a strike. But again, it's down. I think it's more of an oval, right? You can be off the plate if you're lower. Yeah. I think it's just kind of, and again, you know, as I mentioned, strike zone's pretty well defined, but it's still frustrating. If you throw what you believe should be a strike, you don't get a call. 3-1 the count. You combine that with obviously the score's getting a little bit the wrong way, and you can certainly just kind of feel frustration coming in here.
Yeah.
Just have to make a good pitch right here. You still have to execute and do the things that you always have to do, even if it's nothing, and it's called perfectly. That ball's off the outside edge. It's ball 4. Ewer is going to be at first. Now batting, number 12, Emma Gore. And he's heard enough at this point. I believe this is communication with the coach, but I believe he's talking about a fan. Displeasure from the visiting crowd. He makes his way back behind the plate. Springdale's going to bring the infield in. As we mentioned, the second run would be the 10th run, and that would end this one. Stepping in is Emma Gore. Whitcomb comes in. Grounded to short. Fires home, gets the force out there. Nice play by the shortstop, Edgar, to the catcher, Hadley James. That's the first out of the inning. Bases are still full. Now batting, number 22, Mallory Sills. Brings in Mallory Sills. This is one where I wouldn't feel quite as comfortable as far in as these infielders are playing right here. Mallory with, again, big time power. Off the outside edge, that's ball one. And now you see frustration on the pitcher, and that's a ball that's clearly outside.
Yeah.
So now you're frustrated even the calls that aren't strikes.
Yep.
That ball over but low. 2-0 the count. These Bulldogs will be back tomorrow. They will play at 8 o'clock at Rogers against Pea Ridge. Curveball, that one sails high. Three and 0 the count. I think you totally have the green light here. I mean, I know he wants to end it, but I think Mallory could end it with one swing right here too.
Yes.
Off the outside edge. Ball four. Next batter is the catcher, Chloe Thomas. Winning run is at third. Game-ending run is at third. Thomas steps in. There's a strike. Who's right?
We are.
That one grounded away.
That's a game changer at the same.
0-2 the count. Again, the Springdale infield is in. That one beats them. Grounded to pitcher. Goes to home plate for one. On to first for two. That's a double play. They get themselves out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 is the most friendly double play call. I like that one. 4 runs across for Farmington. We have played 5. Now Farmington 9. Bulldogs nothing. Leading off for Springdale, center fielder Izzy Peters. It is the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Off the fist towards the shortstop. You are up across the diamond. Leadoff hitter is gone. Is it me or does it feel dark out there? Sydney, have we got the lights going here?
The lights?
Is it just that weird?
Should be on.
Is it just that weird hour when
Yeah.
the lights don't do you any good?
Yeah.
Next batter is the second baseman, Raquel Delatorre. Could be the light that we got on in here too that's messing with me. That screwball in off the inside edge, ball one. Stop us if you heard it before. Just very effective.
Yeah. Not many people like that inside pitch.
There it is again, in and down. I mean, even the ones that are off the plate affect you, right?
Yeah.
You got to get out of the way. It's just it's an uncomfortable at bat.
Yes.
Swing and a miss through that one. 2-1 the count. Grounded into the hole between first and second. That is the first hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs. You can hear it from the crowd. Raquel Delatorre has ended the no-hit bid here in the top of the sixth. Now batting, number 22, Hadley James. Ball in off the plate, ball one. You know, Sydney is like, I'm sure you got tired of me preaching stuff to you as a coach. But one thing, the reason you don't stop competing, like, it might be your time to get the hit, or it might be your time. You still have the opportunity to do the best thing you've ever done right here. Your first career home run could happen right here. And here the dugout too. The dugout's getting back into it. James on to third, on to second for one, on to first. Out is the call. That double play is going to end the inning. The hit is erased. We will go to the bottom of the sixth. Score remains 9-0. And they're going to ask on this one again. Or actually, it looks like that's going to be the ball game. And that is going to be your ball game. Your final score here in the game this evening. Farmington 9, Springdale nothing. Again, thank you all for showing up your support of the Brewstein Invitational at the Rail Yard. Springdale, you guys will be across town at Rogers tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against Pea Ridge. Farmington, understand you guys are playing conference ball tomorrow. Good luck in that one, and thank you again for coming out and playing. And again, all fans, thank you for your support for the 4th annual Brewstein Invitational at the Rail Yard. We once again will be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Heritage will be taking on Gentry. Well, first of 2 tomorrow. All games broadcast on YouTube. Check us out, War Eagle TV. Thank you to Jerry Davenport and the entire team that put the broadcast together. Until then, wish you all safe travels back and a very pleasant good night.